morning to all. Welcome back to Max online class. Today we are going to learn very interesting topic, circles and tangents. It is very easy concept. Once you understand means you can answer the questions easily. Circle is a two-dimensional shape, you know very well. Here in our day-to-day life situation, we have seen two lines intersect at a point or do not intersect in a plane. For example, two parallel lines in a railway track do not intersect, whereas grills in a window intersect. Okay, so two parallel line. Example of parallel line is railway track. You know very well. They do not intersect at any point. Similarly, what happens when a curve and a line is given in a plane? Curve is nothing but if you take a single part of a circle, that is called a curve. The curve may be a parabola. You have learnt in third chapter algebra. We have drawn parabola. Quadratic equation, quadratic graph is a parabola, circle or any general curve. Okay. Similarly, what happens when we consider intersection of a line and a circle? Here they are asking to do a straight line intersect and a circle. Intersection of a line and a circle. So first look at the figure. This is a circle. This is a straight line. The straight line does not intersect a circle. Okay. Straight line PQ does not touch the circle. There is no common point between the straight line and the circle. If it meets the circle means they have some common point. Okay. But here it does not meet. Thus, the number of points of intersection of a line and a circle is 0. The second figure, straight line PQ touches the circle at a common point A. There is only one point, is A. PQ is called the tangent to the circle. So, the definition of tangent is a straight line touches the circle at most one point. At most one point. Thus, the number of point of intersection of a line and circle is 1. Okay. The third one, the straight line PQ intersects the circle at 2 points A and B. The line PQ is called secant of the circle. So, if the straight line intersects a circle at 2 points, that is called secant line. Thus, the number of points of intersection of a line and a circle is 2. So, we can ask one more question. How? So, in a tangent, how many point of intersection is there? Only 1. If secant line means the point of intersection is 2. If the circle and straight line does not touch, it means there is no point of intersection. Okay. So, we may get 3 situations as given in the following diagram. These are the 3 situations when a straight line and the circle whether touches or not touch. Okay. The next one, the line segment AB inscribed in a circle is called chord of the circle. You know that the line segment AB inscribed in the circle is called chord. Thus, a chord is a subsection of a secant. Chord is a subsection of a secant. Look at this. This AB is a chord. If it passing through the center, that is called a diameter. But it does not pass through the center. Therefore, it is called a chord. So, this AB is a subsection of a secant. Okay. So, they said chord is a subsection of a secant line. Okay, but here it will not passing through the circle. It touches the circle, but it will not passing through the circle. Okay, therefore we cannot say that. This is also one more question. The next one, The word tangent comes from the Latin word tangere, which means to touch. Okay, tangere, which means to touch, and was introduced by Danish mathematician Thomas Finnecke in 1583. Okay, these are one mark questions. The definition of a tangent: if a line touches the given circle at only one point, then it is called a tangent to the circle. So a straight line touches the given circle at only one point. If 2 points means, that is the definition of secant. Okay, so this is tangent. Real life examples are given, you just read it. Okay, next some important results on circles and tangents. A tangent at any point on a circle and the radius through the point are perpendicular to each other. Look at the diagram. See, this is the tangent line. AB is a tangent line, and OP is the radius. They meet 90 degree always. So the point of intersection is P, you know very well. Here OP is perpendicular to AB always. This is given. A tangent at any point on a circle and the radius through the point are perpendicular to each other. This AB is perpendicular to OP and OP is perpendicular to AB. Okay. Second, no tangent can be drawn from an interior point of the circle. If we consider a point inside the circle, we consider a point that should be inside the circle. So no tangents can be drawn. Okay, you know very well. And the second one, only one tangent can be drawn at any point on the circle. If we take the point on the circle, means we can draw only one tangent. The third one, two tangents can be drawn from any exterior point of a circle. If we take the point which is exterior from the circle, this is a circle, we consider a point here. So we can draw two tangents to the circle. Okay, so if you take here means we can draw 2. Here also we can draw 2. So there are three possibilities. If the point is inside the circle means no tangents can be drawn. If on the circle means only one tangent. If exterior means two tangents. Next, third result. If two circles touch externally, if two circles touch externally, the distance between their centers is equal to the sum of their radii. Look at the diagram. Two circles. The first one, this is second one. First one center is O, second one center is P. They touches exactly one point externally. This is the point, okay, Q. They meet at the point Q. Here OP, the distance between the center is equal to sum of their radii. Listen carefully. From here to there, it is the radius of the first circle. Here to there, radius of the second circle. If we add their radius, we can get the distance between their centers. So O to B distance, O to P distance is equal to sum of their radius, R1 plus R2. Okay. The third one, the length of two tangents drawn from an exterior point to a circle are equal. We have learnt when we learn construction of two tangents concept. Okay. Look at the diagram. P to A equal to P to B. They said, okay, the length of two tangents from an exterior point to the circles are equal. So P to A length is equal to P to B. They proved here by OA is perpendicular to PA. This OA is perpendicular to PA. Already we have learned in first subdivision. And OB is perpendicular to PB. Also OA is equal to OB because radius are same. Radii are same. Okay. So OP is the common side. So triangle AOP is equal to triangle BOP. Therefore triangle OAP is congruent to triangle OBP. Hence PA is equal to PP. Okay. So the previous section we have learned if two circles touches externally, if two circles touch internally, the distance between their centers is equal to their difference of their radii. Look at the diagram. Here the circle is inside the circle. So O to Q is the radius of the first circle and Q to P is the radius of the second circle. So here the distance between their centers is equal to difference of their radii. So OQ minus OP, R1 minus R2. Okay. The proof is given here. Two circles with the centers at O and P touch each other at Q. Let OQ is equal to O to Q is equal to R1 and P to Q equal to R2. Consider R1 which is greater than R2. The distance between their centers OP is equal to D. We consider it. It is clear from the figure 4.58. OP is equal to D is equal to OQ minus PQ is equal to R1 minus R2. So if two circle touches externally means sum of their radii is equal to distance between their center. If two circles meets internally means the distance between the centers is equal to difference of their radii. Okay. The sixth one, the two direct common tangents drawn to the circles are equal in length. That is AB equal to CD. Okay. Two direct common tangents drawn to the circle are equal in length. Listen, P to A and P to C. So PB, PD, here PA and PC. Two direct common tangents, okay, drawn to the circles are equal in length. That is A to B equal to C to D. This length is also equal, they said. The length of tangents drawn from P to the circles are equal. The length of tangents drawn from P to the circles are equal. You know that. Therefore, P to A equal to P to C and PB equal to PD, PA equal to PC. Okay. Gives PA minus PB equal to PC minus PD. What is PA? This PA is equal to PA minus PB. PA minus PB equal to PC minus PD. It is equal to AB and CD. We can get the result. Okay. Thinking corner. Can we draw two tangents parallel to each other on the circle? This is the question. Can we draw two tangents perpendicular to each other on a circle? You think and answer the question. Go through the learned concept. You can answer these questions. We will discuss you in the next class. In previous section, we have learnt circles and tangents related theorems and some concepts. Okay. So now we are going to discuss about concurrency theorems. What is mean by concurrent? If two or more straight lines meets at one point, okay, so the common point or intersection point is one, means that is called the point of concurrent. So concurrency theorem. First one, Cevian. A Cevian is a line segment that extends from one vertex of a triangle to the opposite side. Okay, whatever it is, a line segment that extends from one point. You can take this example ABC. Here they extended the vertex A to BC. Okay, the opposite side is BC. They extended from A. Okay, AD is the line segment, you know very well, to the opposite side of a triangle. So AD is called Cevian. Okay, in the diagram AD is a Cevian from the vertex A. You can draw from B as well as C. Okay, so some special Cevians. The first one, a median is a Cevian that divides the opposite side into two congruent or equal length. Okay, median. What is mean by median? It is a line segment drawn from the vertex to its opposite side. It divides the opposite side into two equal segments or length. Okay, So median is one of the Cevian. Second one, an altitude. It is also one of the Cevian because that is perpendicular to the opposite side. We have drawn from one vertex to the opposite side. The property, it means it is perpendicular to its opposite side. The previous one divides the opposite side into two equal length. It one perpendicular to the opposite side. At the same time, it has drawn from the vertex, one vertex. Okay. Next one, an angle bisector is a Cevian that bisects the corresponding angle. Corresponding angle in the sense BAD equal to DAC. Okay. So it is also drawn from the vertex. So these three are called some special Cevians. Okay. The term Cevian comes from the name of Italian engineer Giovanni Ceva, who proved a well-known theorem about Cevians. Okay. Next, Ceva's theorem without proof. Let's continue. The statement of Ceva's theorem. The first one, let ABC be a triangle and DEF be points on the lines BC, CA and AB. Then the Cevians AD, BE and CF are concurrent when, if and only if, BD by DC, listen, this ratio BD by DC into CE by EA into AF by FB. If you take from B means we take anti-clockwise, okay, you know very well. So BD by DC into CE by EA into AF by FB is equal to 1, where the lengths are directed in the sense we take in anti-clockwise. This also works for the reciprocal of each of the ratios, as the reciprocal of 1 is 1. Reciprocal of 1 is 1, you know. So we can take a DC by BD into EA by CE into FB by AF. The reciprocal is equal to 1, you know. So reciprocal of 1 is equal to 1. So we can use their reciprocal form also. Okay. The next, the Cevians do not necessarily lie within the triangle. Yes. Although they do in the diagram. For example, if we draw next one, Menelaus theorem without proof. Statement, a necessary and sufficient condition for points P, Q, R on the respective sides BC, CA, AB or their extension. A, BC, CA. So the respective sides BC, CA and AB are their extension of a triangle ABC to be collinear. To be collinear is that BP by PC into CQ by QA into AR by RB is equal to -1, where all segments in the formula are directed segments. Okay, if you take in directed segments means it satisfies this result. Okay, once you go through the diagram and the theorem, you can understand it easily. Okay, the Menelaus theorem can also be given as BP into CQ into AR equal to minus PC into QA into RB. If you multiply with -1, the denominator becomes the numerator. Right hand side numerator means it will be multiplied by minus, you know. So we can get this result. We can get the first result. Next, if BP is replaced by PB, if BP is replaced by PB or CQ by QC or AR by RA, or if any one of the 6 directed line segments BP, PC, CQ, QA, AR, RB is interchanged. If you change any one vertex, the all should be interchanged. Then the product will be 1. Okay. So the next class we will solve problems related to the theorems. First one circles and tangents concept, next concurrency theorem, Savas and Menelaus theorem. Okay, so in textbook page number 191 and 192 we completed, as well as circles and tangents page number from 184 to 186. Go through that once again, ready for next class. In next class we will solve problems. Thank you.